want to separate your personal posts from what is called your business posts. So for Facebook, you can have your personal post in your personal account while business posts on your page. So the difference between a page and your personal account, one is that the page gives you the option or the ability to access more followers, those who like and follow, compared to the Facebook account, your personal Facebook account, that only restricts you to around 5,000, to a maximum of 5,000 friends. Now, based on the business that you run, you may realize that with the time 5,000 people is not good enough. And therefore, for a business page, for a business, it's good for you to have a business page. Suppose you are wondering how someone can have a business page, then the very first thing is to have a business page must rest on a personal account. So you can have a personal account and have on it a business page. Now with the business page, what you can do is that there is the organic way of marketing on Facebook that does not have you pay a single coin for marketing. So what you'll do is that you'll go to your business page and then you'll post whatever thing that you consider, whatever content that you want to have based on what you want to pass at that moment. Be it you want to promote a product or just inform people that you are now live for brand awareness, then you are going to post that on your Facebook page. And then this information is going to circulate on the timelines of those who like that page or those who follow it. Okay. So if this does not work well for you, Facebook, just like the other applications, the social media platforms that we are yet to see, they have an option for you to promote the post. So while promoting the post, you can do direct and targeted marketing, and you can target people by their age, by their gender, by their employment, by their interest and purchasing behavior, all their relationship status. So then what this does, this varies from one business to another. There are specifically businesses that tend to favor majority of the female gender compared to the male gender. And then this is a question that you need to ask yourself based on your target audience. So if you consider your target audience to be a bit young, or the current millennials or Generation Z, then you may want to revise your age. You may want to revise the age of your target audiences from probably around early 20s to 30s. Then if your business tend to favor female gender than male, then you may want to target specifically the female gender. And if your business favors those who are interested in buying food and the rest, you may want to do. So this is what is called direct targeted marketing. And this option is there on the Facebook advertisement. Among the advertisements that you can run or that you've interacted with on Facebook from brands include just a single image ad or multiple image ads. You can also run advertisement on slideshows if you have a range of products that you offer. And you can also run advertisements on videos. So then Facebook also has plugins that allow, among the most liked pages on Facebook may include all at most all industries. Okay. Then it also, among the most liked, also include things to do with e-commerce. So those who purchase online. And Facebook has plugins that are call to actions that can allow someone to buy from you directly. Even if you are promoting an app, then with Facebook advertisement and the call to action, you can have call to actions that include download now. Then someone can download the app directly just by pressing that link which you had on Facebook. Okay. Then let us see what else is there. And the other commonly used social media platform is Twitter. So for Twitter is mostly known for its live feeds, so real-time updates. So someone can say live tweeting or continue tweeting at JKL live. This is something that happens during that time. It is most updated information. So if someone wanted news, then they probably just get to Twitter and see what is trending. So by seeing what is trending, it's also a great, it has a potential for you to have potential customers who are tweeting on the same trending thing, or even you can see how your competitors are also tweeting on that same information. In order for you to know what is trending on Twitter, while you can use Twitter for businesses and for personal profile, in order for you to know what is trending, is that you just have to go to the search button, and just by clicking the search button without having to type a thing, you'll be able to see what is trending based on how you've customized it, whether it is trending for you based on the pages that you follow and the people that you follow, or what is trending based on the location that you are in. For example, right now, someone can visit Twitter and just inform the chat box of what is trending in Kenya based on how you've customized it. Okay. So then Twitter, it's very important to use hashtags in Twitter, because by use of hashtags, you can clearly tell what is most trending at that moment. Then you can always tailor your content to match with what is most trending, and then you may have a potential customer who may want to know the reason as to why a certain thing is trending, and then they just bump on your tweet. Okay. So the next social media platforms that we want to discuss include Instagram. So Instagram, like we mentioned before, Instagram is currently also owned by Facebook. And the difference between Instagram and Facebook is that compared to Facebook, this tends to side mostly with the female gender. Now, among the contents that thrive mostly in Instagram include images, of course, well-taken images, and also video contents. Then, for you to have, for you to market in Instagram, just like Facebook, it also has its own organic way whereby you don't need to pay a thing, and also the one that you need to pay, which is called promotions. So then Facebook, Instagram has access to all the Facebook advertisement that we mentioned before. So on Instagram, you can also do direct targeted marketing. So direct targeted marketing you can do here based on age, gender, interest, and just like anything that we said on Facebook. Also concerning Facebook, you can choose to have your tweets, or you can choose to have your post targeted and posted on your Instagram timeline, and you can do the same from Instagram to your Facebook page or Facebook account. So Facebook, unlike Facebook, Twitter, unlike Facebook, an Instagram business account does not need to rest on another account. So it does not need to rest on your personal account. You can create two different accounts, one for your business and then one for your personal account. So business account usually has a bit of enhancement compared to the personal account, whereby if you want, it allows you to also have your details, that is the contact. It allows you to have your location, and it allows you to include the business description that you currently are doing. Apart from that, just like Facebook, Instagram gives you the ability to have insights on the ads that you ran, just to see the reach that they managed and the reactions or the engagement from the customers. Okay. So then if your business concerns mostly, you consider it to have things to do with fashion, things to do with food, then Instagram or anything that you may want to check photos of, then Instagram is a platform that is well designed for you. Okay. Then let us go to YouTube. And YouTube, just like Google, YouTube is also another search engine. So what we mean by a search engine is that you can actually go to YouTube, just like you go to Google for research, you can also go to YouTube for research. Now it is important to note that YouTube, majority of businesses that thrive in YouTube are those that post videos. Okay, so unlike Facebook, unlike Instagram that we mentioned, YouTube is specifically known for videos. So it's important for you, for your business, to have a YouTube account. And among the things that you can post on YouTube account are things to do with instructional these are videos that based on instructions or tutorials. So these are videos that you can actually search for in YouTube. The instructions include how to. So for example, if you wanted to give instructions on how to be a data analyst, then you can just say, you can post videos that have keywords of how to. These videos tend to rank mostly in the search engine. So then having posted or having a YouTube channel, then you may want to make that YouTube channel engaging. So one, you may want to post videos that are considered funny. Then you may want to have call to actions. And I believe you see this every time you visit YouTube. One of the call to actions that someone tells you is you view, you like, you comment, and you share. Actually, they also say subscribe, and then you hit the bell button, so to be alerted on any next product that they have. So that is among the call to action. So if you don't include call to actions, then probably someone will just watch your video and pass, and you may have just missed on an audience that would have just turned into a customer. So then just the takeaway here is that for you to thrive much in YouTube, remember to post videos that are instructional and those that have tutorials. Then you want to have your videos, you have to monitor your the competitors' videos and use almost the keywords that they use in order to thrive. Because among the things that make YouTube videos to rank mostly are the keywords and any other post that we mentioned before. The keywords will really sell you out and prove that you are posting a content that is informative. Okay. Then let us see LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a bit different from the sites that we mentioned before. This is because the site is mostly considered to be dominated by those who are either looking for jobs or those who are considered to be employed. Now, among the different things that you can find in LinkedIn is that people tend to give the true data concerning themselves. Some of you are here and you know very well that you can relate very well that the same information or even the name that you are using on Facebook and Instagram are probably different from the one that you are using on LinkedIn. Is because LinkedIn is considered a bit official and people tend to give very accurate data concerning their contacts, concerning their email addresses, work email addresses, concerning their employers and their current roles. So if your business tends to target people of a specific role or a specific group of people based on their working experience, then LinkedIn is a good place for you to thrive in. Now, LinkedIn, just like Facebook and Instagram that we mentioned before, LinkedIn has its own page for business and another one for personal account. So LinkedIn is considered business to business, whereby when you are running your ads, unlike Facebook and Instagram, whereby you are targeting people directly based on their interest. Here you target people based on their work experiences or jobs. Okay, then it is also important for you to remember that when you are having a LinkedIn for business, it's actually a requirement that you include what is called the hashtags, where hashtags tell more about how you want to be associated, so that when people search for a certain hashtag, then they want to find your business in it. And also, it's also important for you to know that LinkedIn has groups that you may just want to join. These groups can also be joined by your competitors, and from there you can be doing some competitive analysis and learning from how your competitors interact. Pinterest also, just like Instagram, Pinterest tend to be dominated by the female gender. And among the businesses that thrive here are things to do with fashion and things to do with latest trends. So the type of content that is being posted mostly on Pinterest include the images and the videos of latest trends and also the fashions. Now, a very new social media platform that was not there almost 5 years ago is what is currently known as TikTok. So on TikTok is known for very short videos. When you get to TikTok, you are given option to add your video based on a song that you maybe want to imitate and have some moves on it, or just some funny speaker that you want to imitate. That is how TikTok works. So the videos are usually short, around from 15 seconds to around 60 seconds. That's a minute. And then this site is mostly dominated by the influencers that we are going to see. So then, based on the social media platform that you choose to be on, even those that we've not mentioned, one thing was always standing out, and even one thing was already presented earlier by those who tried to answer our accelerator question, is about the social media content. So what is the social media content? A social media content can range from anything that you want to post on the social media, from blog to images to infographic to videos. Now, just in that order, in the order in which I've mentioned them, from blogs to images to infographic to videos. Infographic is among the things that we started with. The image that you saw that I told you was from Hootsuite. That is an infographic. And then images, you've seen images before, and also video content. And then blogs are just plain words that you post. So in just that order, videos tend to have majorly many engagements, and many people tend to look at the videos. Why? It's because majority of the people do not go to the social media to learn, as you may think. But then many people go there to engage, and also they go there to, if they are idle, just to be entertained. So majority of the words that you write do not necessarily entertain, while majority of the videos that are shared normally entertain. You can relate this well with the contents that you also share on your WhatsApp that are also video contents, and how someone could easily pass along messages that you write to them rather than watch a video or ask you to convert it to audio. So what we are saying here is that building a social marketing plan is very essential. Social media marketing plan include first, the very reason why you want to be online, which is called the social media goal. Then it also include the post schedules, whatever time that you want to post. Social media plan includes the target audience that you want to reach out to. And then after developing this social media plan, then it is also important for you to do the keyword research and competitive research. So keyword research, these are the things that you probably foresee a customer writing when they search for your business. So if you are dealing with a food industry, then food necessarily do not need to miss from the keywords of the contents that you need to post. So that when someone looks for food, and regardless of the keyword that you choose, you are probably just trying to make yourself visible whenever such a search arises. Then competitive research is done against your competitors, whereby you can learn how your competitors post, more so those you consider to be established more than you. Okay. One thing is always sure, and even according to WordStream, around 76% of people tend to share posts that they find truly valuable to them and informative. So one thing that you need to do is, one, you need to post regularly, and then another, you need to post informative posts that your target audience, direct target audience, will consider to be truly valuable to them. You can compare how what is so-called meme is being shared. So when someone finds something that they consider interesting to them, you definitely know where they will have it. They will have it in their status, or they will have it in your inbox in WhatsApp. So then that tells you that contents that are mostly valuable to your target audience, the memes are generally made for the younger generation, that is the millennial and the Generation Z. You know, well, they don't resonate with older people. And so it's very rare for you to see older people sharing the memes, while the target audience, that is the younger generation, what mostly they do is they share the memes. So not all of your contents need to to be geared towards selling something. So one of the time you need to post general information about industry. Another time you need to post about something that is funny. Then one time you need to hit the nail on the head and promote a product. Then another time you just need to post on what is trending. So not all of your contents need to appear like something that is selling. Suppose you are already a brand that is established. Then you may want to consider, one of the posts that you may want to consider posting today is a post that is called user-generated content. So user-generated contents are customers that get back. We said, remember when we started, we said social media platform is usually a good place to monitor feedback. So user-generated contents is a content that comes directly from one of your customers, and they are probably thanking you for a product that they enjoyed. This may also include photos with people posting. If probably you are selling shoes, then it may include photos with people posting with that product that you actually sold. Or it may include someone thanking you for food that was well prepared. Then you may want to begin with just sharing user-generated contents if they're there. One thing that this will do, it will show the buyer that you appreciate them. And then interestingly, it will convert majority of the people who are buying online. They tend to trust such stories rather than someone who wants to have you just promote your product and without having reviews on them. So user-generated contents will give you, will win you the customer that you already had and probably impress another customer that you never had. So in the various social media platforms that we mentioned, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it Instagram, be it TikTok, more so TikTok, and even YouTube, then these social media platforms have influencers. Influencers are people who are considered to have a huge following in such platforms. So just not to mention, you will just monitor a few of the prominent people, like probably in Kenya, and see how many times people react to their post, whatever post that they post, and then you will know that these are truly influencers. So then if they raise a discussion in the social media, then this discussion is likely to have high engagement. So if you have a chance of interacting with a social media influencer, then take every chance you get to interact with their followers. So one of the things you can do is to follow their followers. And one, generally, if you follow someone, they are likely to follow. It's not a mandatory, but if you follow them, they are likely to get a notice of you and follow you back. And that way you shall have also tried to add on to your followers on social media. Another way to interact with them is to comment and to like whatever things that they like. And then you may just win other customers, just courtesy of a social media influencer. So big influencers are mostly expensive for the brand, and that is not all. The thing about big influencers is that one day they promote this product and the other day they promote the next product. You know, social media is just common of try my product, try my product, try my product. No, don't try that, try my product. And so big influencers, they could be jumping because businesses need to get hold of them. Then it's often seen that they jump from one brand. Today they promote you and tomorrow they promote your direct competitor. So just an additional factor that apart from that, they are most expensive, then very few people will tend to trust them because they will see that they were paid to do that. Now, while you continue to build your brand, please take note of your community. Communities are people who follow you. Then from there, select nano or micro influencer. This is not one of the most popular people in Kenya or in the social media platform, but this is mostly someone who has the highest number of followers from your community. And then there are also people who bought your product before or have interacted with you, and they also tend to serve in equal chance of brand ambassadors. So you want to take a note of them and interact with them. Then these stories from your nano or micro influencers, they will tend to be what your online customers will like most. So then other strategies of using the social media include use referral programs. Referral programs are promotions that based on discounts if someone gets you a new customer. Then publish these products and make them as open as possible so that your social media followers can see that you are transparent about referral programs. Hashtags. Now, based on what we had seen before, more so concerning Twitter, we had seen that one of the things that makes Twitter a bit of different from the rest of them is the live feeds, that is the news updates. So in order for you to know what is currently trending on Twitter, you are just going to see the search bar and you are going to look at the hashtags. So hashtags can give you an opportunity to have audiences that you would have not, to have audiences that you would have not had before. So based on, it will give you opportunity to have audiences that surpass your followers and those who will actually already know of you just by using very relevant hashtags. So some social media platforms such as Twitter, LinkedIn, they are generally known for hashtags. Then just like we mentioned before, social media handles, platforms such as LinkedIn, and also to mention Facebook, they have groups of people who have related interests. So for example, if you are selling informational products and you have LinkedIn as one of your social media platforms, then you may want to join one of the groups. For example, if what you are currently offering is machine learning, then there are several groups of machine learning whereby you may join and you may see from your competitors what is currently being addressed, and also you may see from them how just they interact with their followers. Suppose you have a social media budgeting. Remember, we tried to mention before that in all of the platforms that we mentioned, there was the organic way of marketing whereby you don't need to pay, and then there was the promotion. So suppose you have a social media budget for your business, then remember to boost successful posts. Successful posts you do not want to boost everything because of it's not so economical. But then you may want to monitor the posts that you posted organically, those that you just posted without paying, and then you want to see one which is gathering a bit of engagements in the number of those who are liking it, those who are sharing it, and even those who are commenting on it. Then from there, you may just want to expose such to even a bigger audiences by just boosting that post. Compared to the print media, boosting social media post is not so expensive. Probably on a site such as Instagram or Facebook, your budget for a day could be about 500 bob, and that would reach you a target audience of between 800 to 2,500. Based on the target group that you wanted, be it you specified the age, the gender, and the interest. Then as we started this presentation, we tried to mention one of the social listening tools and analytics. So one way to listen to the interactions in your social media platforms is that each of the social media platforms that we mentioned, it either has a tab called Insights or a tab called Analytics. And this is a tab whereby you can see how your posts, the number of people your post has reached, whichever post, be it organic or the one that you paid for. And you can also monitor the reactions from such posts. If you go advanced, then you may just want to, remember we said while you're on social media, you are not in control of what people will say about you. So if you advance, you may just want to use other social listening tools such as Google Analytics or Sprout Social. And also you may just want to be more analytical by yourself by doing what is called sentiment analysis. So whenever you find any problem and whenever you need any of your data analyzed from the social media, this is a moment where you can reach out to Capabile directly, and we'll always help you in matters of giving you an optimal solution and more so what we'll base our argument on is sentiment analysis. For those of you in this participant list who've interacted with a bit of Python, this is something you can research on, and you can realize that Python does what is called sentiment analysis. And more so on Twitter, you can use a library called Tweepy. Then the fact that social media platform is usually a good platform for taking feedbacks, then you do not just want to have your feedbacks recorded, but you may want to take them seriously and respond to them rapidly. Now, when we mentioned that not all of your posts need to be towards selling, we also wanted you to know that majority of the people in social media, or majority of Kenyans to say, they like either freebies or they like to see you being associated with helping the society, more so during this time of the pandemic. Then among some of your posts, you may just want to post things that are not beneficial to you as a business, but are beneficial to the people. In the examples that we are going to see, you are going to see among bigger established brands that just opted to run advertisement on their CSR. And these are things that you've come into contact with. So then, while you're on social media, there are things that you may want to avoid. And among the things that you may want to avoid, the list includes poking at your competitors. The reason for doing competitive analysis is just to know your competitor's strengths and weaknesses, and to use this for your advantages. But then people do not want to see you as someone who is poking your competitors, because majority of people on social media, all they want to see is you being better, rather than you actually diminishing someone to prove that you are better. Then unless your business directly deals with, or even if your business directly deals with politics and religion, this may be a hard path to tread, because such topics are usually very divisive, and they may cost you just a new customer just because you chose to align yourself to one political side, or you chose to align yourself to one religion. So then you might just want to be on the fence when it comes to matters politics and matters religion. Among the reason why we presented this presentation for you today is because we know that you are probably interested in starting a new business, and then you do not have an established brand like the ones that we've mentioned before, or the ones that we are just going to mention. But the thing that happens is you have already begun your business. For example, you've just begun a new hairdressing just recently, and you are wondering which social media sites to use, or you are just wondering how else to market apart from telling your contact list, those that you already have, and also telling a few friends of yours that you already began a new hair salon. So then the questions that we may want you to answer, just when you go, just when you get these slides, then you may just want to refer to this slide specifically and ask yourself what your social media goal is. Remember, we said someone can be in social media for various reasons, but for you as a starting company, your biggest mission or your biggest objective is that you want to dress as many people's hair as possible. Okay, but then the very first thing that you want to do before people walk into your salon for their hair dressing, they first need to know that you exist. So among your social media goals may first include brand awareness, just by telling people that you exist. So you may post this on your various social media handles just to tell people that there's a new hair salon just in the neighborhood. Some other thing. So how do you trace your target customers in terms of keywords and location? So among the things that you want to do in just your about a section of each social media platform, since a hair salon is a walk-in type of business, then what you need to do is to update your location and you need to provide your contacts. So you need to make sure your contacts is updated on your about page, and then your location is provided just for people who might be in the neighborhood and might need to use the GPRS to locate. And then tracing your customers also include use of keywords that relate to them, and also posting social media content that relate to them directly. For example, for a new hair salon, you may want to post a few new hairstyles, or you may want to have a few how to do videos that someone may use, and the next time you know, they are referring back to you as the seller of that information. So what social media platform suits your business best? These are questions that you may want to answer, but then for me, new hair salon tends to go one with images and videos, and two, it tends to resonate well with the female gender. And so among the social media platforms that you may want to consider, one may include Instagram or Pinterest. Then do not stop using Facebook because it's the most popular of them all. You may also just want to have an account on Facebook, and you may want to have an account on Twitter, whereby it's going to give you a lot of audiences just by use of hashtag, like we are going to see. Then social media and platforms are dominated by influencers. Have you seen any influencer, be it a micro influencer or a nano influencer? And even if you've seen them, you know, they would also wish to see themselves gain from their popularity. So how do you give them incentives? So what is your agreement with them? So then, how beneficial is, so we are on the next question, question 5. How beneficial is the product that you are offering? Is it proving that you are solving a solution for them? Are you providing longer lasting hairdressing styles or something of the sort? Then what is your social media activity frequency like do? So are you disciplined in the social media? What discipline here means is that, do you post frequently, and do you post frequently relevant content? Okay. One of the things that you want your social media target audiences to see is that you are always up to date and posting related content. Now, have you updated your profiles to be appealing? So have you updated your contact info? Have you updated your location? Have you updated your logo? Do you have beautiful images there to showcase just how this is different from the other salons that they had? Okay. And the last one, are you measuring success using the insight feature on each of the social media handles? So then these questions may help you regardless of the business that you want to start. But then I was basing my answers to at least each question on a new hair salon that you might have just begun. So then when you process this slide, you may just want to insert the business idea that you have around here, and then you may want to answer these questions over and over just to see how you rank on the social media. Then let us see a few examples of how what we consider established brands have done on the social media, even as we try to bring this to an end. So in the first one, what you see in the first image is YouTube. This is an image from YouTube, and first, before I got into this, I came into contact with a song that is currently trending. The song is called Katerina. I happen to have forgotten who has sang it, but when I first came into contact with it, it was the Governor Joho, who did a TikTok video. The video was around 15 seconds. And then as you can see in the comment sections of this video, of this post, is that people comment saying Joe brought them here. So what they did is that first they saw the content being promoted by Joe on TikTok, and later they went to search for it on YouTube. And when they got it, you can see they commented that Joe brought them here. Someone says here because of Joe, tuko hapa juu ya Joho, and a lot of that. So a majority of the 21 comments that we gathered were majorly associating this new hit song to Joe. Now Joe was an influencer, and you remember, if the product is good, that was among the things that we said. There's a 75%, above 75% chance that people will share it. And you are actually seeing one of the comments saying love, but actually love the song, like and share it. Okay. So then this reminds you that you may just want to make good use of influencers. Then if they promote your product, then you may just land on another good customers. So then remember, your product must not have to be musical to be promoted by influencers. So influencer can also promote your food product. An influencer can also promote a hairstyle that you've had on them, and to the audiences that currently engage with him. And just by that, you may land a few new audiences. Now, you may not be as bold as Safaricom social media, but what we said is that you need to understand the language of your target audiences. So what Safaricom did here is that first, they had a customer here called Palma, and Palma said, nilikuwa nataka kuambia ati sijapotea, ni mimba imekuwa kubwa. And then Safaricom just tells them, sawa. So the next time when Palma says, simnitumie kakitu M-Pesa nione ya Pampers, then Safaricom just says, umemaliza kula fare, umeanzia Pampers. So you may not be as bold as Safaricom, but then we want you to pick a lesson here that you do not, you must understand the language of your customers. So what happens is, if your customer tends to use Sheng, do not disassociate with them that you are just using plain English. From what you can see, there is a post here by Safaricom that says, kitu smart ni kucast from your phone to the TV. And even from there, you can see that Safaricom used a bit of mixture of English and Kiswahili. Now, if you look at other Safaricom posts, I just highlighted this, but if you look at some of other posts, you will realize that what they do is that if you want to post in plain English, then you will get a good plain English answer. So they understand the language of the target audience. Now, this is a take home for you, that you need to research well on your target audience and understand their language and behavior. Coca-Cola from Philippines, we said not all of your posts need to be geared towards selling something. So today, or this day, that's June 26th, Coca-Cola posted delivering happiness and hope to Philippines always and in all ways. So this was a CSR. You know, during June 26th is still during this time of COVID-19, and majority of the people are pressed economically. And then by just the fact that Coca-Cola were delivering, this might be free drinks and some other things, this video was already having 655 shares, and you could expect more. Now, we happen to have picked one of the tweets from our own homegrown FCPA. And from what you can see here is that FCPA has around close to 1,000 followers. This is FCPA Evans. So by this is something that you cannot see for another person, unless they can only see for themselves in the inside tab, and then they can share it with you. So what happens here is that the tweet that FCPA posted, it generated an impression. Those who saw the tweet were 6,418. Based on what I've told you, I've just told you that FCPA has a following of around 1,000 on Twitter, but then around 6,000. This is almost 6 times the number of followers that he has. So his tweet was exposed to 5,000 more people, and then got around 93 other engagements, including those who retweeted and shared. Now, this can be attributed to one, very good content, but since this was Twitter, I want you to notice that this was also attributed to a good use of the hashtags. One of the hashtags that were trending during the time this tweet was posted is this impeachment chaos, and then Uhuru delivers was also trending during that time. So remember, in one tweet, you may use as many hashtags as possible. Of course, your tweet characters need to be limited to a certain number, but then you can use as many hashtags as possible, because this is going to expose you to majority of audiences that you would have not reached out just with your normal followers. I had other examples of people who had around 49 followers, but generated an impression of over 3,000. So this was organic. This it did not need to promote the tweet to have 6,418. So regardless of whether you have a social media budgeting, if you don't have a social media budgeting, then among the tricks that we used here and there, including just tagging an influencer after just agreeing with them, will give you a lot of impressions and a lot of reactions. This happens across all social media platforms, including a video that tends to have a lot of engagements, like the tweets, the likes, the comments, the likes, and the shares. Such videos tend to appear higher in the search engines compared to those that do not have. So up to there, I want to bring this to an end by just quoting this and reminding us that social media is not a media whereby you just store information there and you wait to say that the internet remembers, but rather the key is to listen, to engage, and build relationships. And just this, the last part, is how brands improve their value in the social media. So first they listen, then they engage appropriately, and then they build relationships, and then convert these relationships into selling customers. So up to there, allow me see any questions that we may wish to address, and then also allow me hand over the program back to the moderator of the day, that is Phyllis. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take in questions, and then the moderator will give us further directions.
Thank you so much, Calvin, for that session on digital marketing and emerging trends in social media. So I would like to welcome our delegates to give their reactions on the same. Any questions or any clarification you may seek from the presenter of today, Mr. Calvin? Okay, so it seems the discussion today was clear. So I would like to welcome Regan so that he can give us comments, and also welcome comments from two delegates before we proceed to close the session. I will also post the links to the webinar that is coming tomorrow, and also the training that will be in Manzoni. Mr. Regan, kindly.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Calvin. I think that was very insightful. And to the rest of us who were able to pull through towards until the end, we thank you for your time. We had a very influential personalities. I don't know if a number of us had noticed. We actually had Jedida Wakonyo. I think she left a few minutes ago. Jedida Wakonyo is a top personality in the judiciary. So I think she's still, she was with us for quite a number of time, 90% of the session. She's actually one of the top personalities in the judiciary. I was even thinking of giving her a chance to share with us a perspective on digital marketing. But I think because of her commitments, she had to do other things back in the office. So I just wanted to bring to your attention her presence with us. She was with us for 90% of the sessions. So Calvin, that was very good. And I just want to thank each and every one of us who have stood with us. We believe most of these trainings are adding value to your lives. We are aware most organizations are currently cash strapped in terms of their kind of amount they set aside for marketing. But most of these social media platforms give you an alternative, cheaper options to maintain your digital presence. So take into consideration the things Calvins have talked about. Ask about the strategies. We have a very good team with us. Evans' tweets actually surpasses some of the sponsors' tweets, but he does not pay anything in his social media accounts. So he has, from his experience, he's able to attract a handful of viewerships in most of the adverts that he does in his platform. Jashon can also attest to the same. Purity Kariuki can also do the same. So we have a team that is 90% of their work is doing research to ensure that we help you succeed in what we do. So having said that, I'll want to call upon, today I'll call upon Jashon. Jashon will give an opportunity to, he knows what he's supposed to do, give two chances for some of us to give us their feeling, and then he can wind up, welcome Evans for a few comments, and then we can call it a day. So CPA Owano.
Thank you, Regan, for that for your comments, and thank you, Calvins, for the great presentation. I think personally, I was able to pick quite a lot that I'll be able to use in my going forward in my area of expertise. Now, just Calvins, as you finish, I've just noted there's a quick question in the chat box, and I would think you might want to just take a note of it and maybe give a comment. I think Jet Maina was asking, what would be the best budget for social media? You talked about having a quick budget when you're not doing the organic posts on the various social platforms. So what would be the best budget for social media? If you can hear me, Calvins, you might want to just give a quick comment.
Yes, I can hear you pretty well. So if I believe it's Jet who asked the question. So just to answer that question, and also for the sake of the participants, a social media budget varies from one advertisement to another. So what you may want just to see, what you may want just to do is, for example, checking an example of Facebook, you may just want to go to facebook.com/ads manager, and then from there you will see your social media budget. It's going to range from 1, the number of days that you want to run the advertisement, and 2, the target audiences that you want to target. And also, even apart from the target audiences, it will also range from the number of people that you intend to reach out to. So like the example that I gave out was an example of a Facebook ad, whereby we were targeting both male and female, and we targeted around number from around 800 to 2500. And then even after that, another demographic that we highlighted was the fact that they be people who are interested in buying food. And lastly, we set this for just a day. And that budget was running to 500 a day, around 506. So the budget varies from all these factors. So if you increase the number of days, then you tend to spend more. If you increase the number of people you want to target, you tend to spend more. And then also if it also lies mostly on the target audiences. So I hope that answers you, Jet.
It does. Thank you. Thank you, Calvin.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry, we picked that name from the chat box. Clearly that is not Jet's voice. We appreciate though. I think other than that, all I'm seeing in the chat box is a lot of accolades and congratulations on the good presentation done. So we take it that the session went well, and most, if not all of us, were able to pick 1 or 2 that they'll be able to use going forward in trying to make a robust strategy for their social media approach regards marketing. And I just seen another question coming in from Thomas. Thomas is asking, how are the traditional advertisers / marketers adjusting to the digital marketing? What have we seen? What are the trends? Those advertisers and marketers that we've had using the traditional methods, how are they adjusting towards the digital marketing that we were discussing here? Calvin?
Okay. So thank you very much, Thomas. I believe we got it right this time. So one of the things that we earlier mentioned was that a social media platform and also digital marketing, it comes in to not to replace as such, but to complement what was initially there. So one of the ways that I can tell you, of course, the example is not going to be exhaustive, but for example, what used to initially happen on the billboards, nowadays, the billboards have also been translated into digital marketing, whereby they're called digital billboards. For example, when you just visit the CBD, and I know you've come into contact with this, then you will see a screen that is able to display several advertisements. So an advertisement passes there 15 seconds, and the next time we are advertising something else just on the same space. So traditionally, that space used to be given for like a billboard, whereby you would say a phone would be displayed there for the entire time until replaced. But now currently, what happens is that space is used to advertise a lot of things based on the time that they are given.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, Calvin, for giving that. And I think in just also illustrating examples, so we've seen giant advertisement firms like say NTV that we've known doing publications or print adverts, also coming on digital platforms. I believe you are aware that you can currently read your daily newspaper via online platforms without necessarily touching any leaf of paper. And in those, as you go through, you will also find various posts or adverts for different products and services that are out on sale. And also you can think of YouTube while you're watching, say, YouTube videos. Every once in a while, you'll be stopped to be able to view some ads. So those are just some of the various ways in which organizations that were big on advertisements have come to take advantage of social ads. And as Calvin also mentioned, if you are a subscriber to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to YouTube, you find that there are some premium services you're not able to access if you don't pay a small token. So as you access the platform that is not premium, you meet adverts. So if you want to stop the advertisements from streaming in, then you subscribe to the premium version where you now put away. So then what they do is on that open space where they give you the freedom to use the platform for free, then you must then be able to meet the adverts along your way as you try to enjoy those services. But I think the answer that Calvin's came in well to cover that gap. So that we don't waste so much time and we're able to finish in time, I can see time is fast running out. I'm going to give just two individuals in the team here to give us some quick comments and maybe a vote of thanks. I'm going to pick a lady and a gentleman and a gentleman. Okay. So other than the capable team, I can only see one gentleman whose video is on. I will hopefully ask that you speak, but because we also respect and endear our ladies, I'm going to start with our ladies. And in the team here, skimming quickly, I've seen a long lost friend somewhere in the list. I hope she's listening. Josephine Isoka from NDMA. Josephine Isoka, I hope you can hear me. If you can, please come on to give some quick comments. Josephine Isoka. Josephine might not be so close to this. So then may I ask Jen Apollo? I thought I saw Jen Apollo's video on. Yes, Jen Apollo is back. Please give us a quick comment, if you may. Just unmute your microphone, please. On the bottom right, you will see a mute, so please unmute it.
I have unmuted.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I can hear you, Jen. Proceed. Yes, proceed.
I am very grateful for this webinar. This is my second time. I was in the one for yesterday on audit. These are not my areas of in my career, but if some of you are in yesterday's webinar, it talked about trying other skills like emotional intelligence. So for me, I'm very grateful because I've learned a lot about social media platforms. I've just been looking at them, but I've never known the target audience and what gender, when you want to start a business on the social media platform. So I'm very, very grateful for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you just finished, thank you for speaking. Just remind me what your career line is.
I'm in information science.
Information
science. Yeah. Though we learn all these things, we do public relations, we do audit, we do risk. That is part of the training. So I'm really learning a lot.
All right. We are glad we could come through for you for that. Now, thank you for that. I'm going to pick very quickly one gentleman and allow me to speak Thomas Oburu for today. Thomas, if you can hear me.
Yes, I
Thomas
can hear
Obunga,
you,
sorry.
Jason.
Yes,
thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I would want to thank Calvins for the presentation. I've learned a lot. And one thing I want to carry home is the discipline bit. I'm not doing well when it comes to that discipline. So I'll try up my game and post as many relevant material as possible on both my Facebook account and LinkedIn. So thank you so much. Thank you, CapaBuild. You are a fantastic team, and so far we've come far. And during this period, you've really supported us. So we want to appreciate. And I hope all my colleagues also are with me in that. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, for the kind words that we purpose to continue supporting you through this period and beyond. So that is something we'll continue doing. Now, in finishing, I'll just quickly invite my director, Evans, FCPA Evans, to give some very final remarks. Then we'll say a word of prayer and call this a day. FCPA, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jason, and much gratitude to our delegates today and always. Some of these delegates, they have been very true to the cause of committing to lifelong learning. And perhaps mine will be to talk about maybe the reason why we keep running these weekly webinars and our determination to ensure that they remain free and we don't charge anybody. It's because, especially during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, we as CapaBuild would like to give a sense of hope to our friends, delegates, partners, and all the people we associate with. And when I say we would like to give a sense of hope is because, as you may already know, hopefulness is founded on 3 pillars. Those 3 pillars are control, values, and community. Control because it is important for each one of us through knowledge acquisition and empowerment to feel that we are in control of our life and that we can affect our destiny. We can affect our destiny one way or the other. And how we contribute to you feeling you have a sense of control is to continue offering these opportunities to empower you to sustain that control. The second pillar that drives hopefulness is a sense of values. So we value knowledge because we know that from knowledge, people are able to derive the power to direct their destiny. And as you know, if you don't have something that you value, then you start to feel that life is losing meaning and that nothing is worth pursuing. Then the last thing we are using these webinars to achieve is to give our partners and friends a sense of community at a time when it is difficult for people to physically meet. And a sense of community is critical because having control around your life and having something worth valuing thrives in an environment where you feel you are part of a society, part of a community. And this is a community of knowledge hunters. So therefore, what I want to say in conclusion is that we continue to be forever grateful for your partnership and participation in these meetings. And we hope that we can keep holding each other's hands so that we can go through the pandemic and carry on with pursuing our career dreams at a personal and corporate level. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, FCPA. And I can see in the chat box, participants still continuing to owe the various services that we provide here. So we are glad that we will come through for that. So allow me to just say a quick word of prayer as we finish. And as always, you can drop with us your names as you prefer them in the certificate. Otherwise, we will record the names as you gave them while registering for this webinar. The other thing is that we have links have been posted. We have an upcoming webinar tomorrow. My colleagues were able to to share in the link for the webinar that is coming in tomorrow. So please find some time to join in and be able to listen. I'll ask Phyllis to just share the one coming up tomorrow one last time, so we are able to prepare and register for that webinar. As we do that, I'll say a word of prayer, then we can resume our very busy schedules as I know they are. So allow me to pray. So
Jason, before you pray, I've seen a comment that we need to support SMTs. Just for clarity, what are SMTs? CPA Henry Misiani, kindly.
SMT senior management teams in most of our organizations.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, to make right, I think the decision, the careering redundancies while you are maintaining us, I think it is the opposite. I think even most of them will be able to see exactly what Kapapir is doing, rather than so that people can think, can take strategic thinking forward, rather than the career redundancy. And let's try to see how we can support our country so that we go up, we go somewhere. I think that is it. That's my observation.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Jason. Thank you. We'll take these up. Yeah.
Very valid comments there, concerns there, Henry. And we commit to continue supporting all of us in our career journeys towards growth. So I'll pray. So let's close our eyes. Father Almighty, we come before you this afternoon. We thank you for the time that you've allowed us to commune here and share in knowledge. We hope that this knowledge pushes us further in our career and professional journeys towards growth. As we resume our normal duties, we pray that you may be with us, God, and protect us. We put our country into your able hands. May you guide the leadership and governance of the country so we may grow to prosperity. All this we pray, trusting and believing in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So then we wish you a lovely afternoon as you resume your duties. May you experience growth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Meeting is